Hello and welcome to Complexity Limits Guide for the Mythic Xanesh encounter, written and produced by Crzypck in coordination with Complexity Limit, brought to you by GameStop. Before we begin, please note we will only be discussing the Mythic version of this encounter. We will not be going into detail on how any of the heroic mechanics work. If you want to learn more about how the heroic mechanics work or the basics of the boss overall, please check out our heroic boss guide on the channel. We recommend going in with 2 tanks, 4 healers, and 14 DPS, and using Bloodlust on the pull. Strategy-wise, defeating this encounter on Mythic can pretty much be summed up with a single word: soccer. All mechanics that aren't directly related to the Void Ritual and Void Woken aspects remain the same, just with the normal increase in damage for Mythic. So let's get right into the soccer. First and foremost, if the ball hits any obelisk, wall, or ashara, your raid will wipe immediately. On top of this, some obelisks will be larger in size than others, making it more difficult to properly guide the ball into the portal. Oh, and you now need to go around 3 sides of the room instead of just to the opposite corner. Lastly, anytime a player kicks the ball, an Awakened Terror ad will spawn at that location. These ads have about 7.5 million health and will chain cast an AoE fear ability. We want to be perfectly clear here before getting into the full strategy. Your guild will wipe on this boss. A lot. Every person assigned to be in the soccer group will be single-handedly responsible for multiple raid wipes. This is unavoidable and is just a part of progressing on the fight. Keep yourselves calm, don't flame each other, work together, learn this fight, move on, and get to the later bosses in the raid. Now, as far as the encounter goes, the one plus side of the increased difficulty is that you can now pre-plan every kick throughout the entire fight, so you'll know exactly where the ads are going to spawn, how many will spawn, and you can also pre-assign a kick rotation for each one of those ads. There are 3 different layout maps for where the obelisks and the portals can spawn. The portals and obelisks will always be in the exact same locations each time that particular map comes up. In other words, map 1 will always look exactly the same, so you don't need to worry about obelisks being in different places. The only aspect of the maps that can change at all is which one of the 2 portals the ball will actually spawn from. Everything else is preset. The 3 maps also always appear in the same order. After you've gone through the 3 maps, you'll just repeat that same order again. In other words, you'll do map 1, then 2, then 3, go back to map 1, and then map 2. You'll want to pre-assign 5 teams of soccer players, each team with 3 people. Each of these people should be given which one of the Void Ritual circles they're going to soak, and a designated kick location. Each maze needs to be completed in just 3 kicks total, to make sure you only ever get 3 ads at a time. You'll also want to create 3 interrupt rotation groups, each with 4 to 5 people. Each one of the interrupt rotation groups will be pre-assigned to one of the 3 ads. You'll also want to have a couple of backup interrupters ready, just in case. If any of the casts from the ads gets through, the entire raid will be feared for a few seconds, and it'll very likely result in a wipe, especially if the players are still playing soccer. Properly executing the interrupt rotation is just as important as getting the kicks right to winning this encounter. As a small note, Tremor Totem will work against the fear effect, so if you have shamans, don't be afraid to drop that Tremor Totem when the ads are coming out. It might just save your raid. Now, as far as positioning goes, you'll want to tank the boss where the first portals spawn. You'll also want to make sure to put the boss directly on top of the first Awakened Terror ad when it spawns, then move the boss to each subsequent ad for cleave damage, with the raid following. Healers will likely want to be using cooldowns during Soulflay, as the damage during that can get dangerous. One final note for you as you progress on the boss. Once your soccer team number 1 gets down their positioning, you can then swap them with team number 4. This will let your team number 4 learn a little bit earlier on. And the reason you can do this is that teams 1 and 4 will have their maps exactly the same. That means they're interchangeable. By doing this, you'll give yourself more wipes early on into the fight, but this ends up working out in your favor by taking less total time. It's going to be better for you to wipe in the first 45 seconds or minute of a fight than it will to wipe 4 minutes into the fight. It's probably not going to reduce your total number of wipes, but the total time taken per wipe will be lower. It'll save you a little bit of your raid time and let you get through this boss just a little bit quicker. To help you pre-plan everything, we've got all 3 maps animated showing the full kick process, where the kicks take place, where the ads are going to spawn, and where the ball should travel. Please note, this will not be a pixel-perfect exact replica. It will, however, give you a very good idea of where the kicks should occur. Also remember, The ball can spawn from either one of the two portals. However, the pathing for the ball will remain the same, just in the opposite direction. If you want pictures of the maps, they're available in the written guide for this fight on our website at complexity.gg/limitguides. And that's it. That's the fight. You should aim to try and beat the 5th Void Ritual cast, which will get easier to do as your guild's gear improves. Good luck, keep yourselves calm and relaxed, try to have fun, and get through this boss.
Thanks for watching. We hope you found the guide helpful. If you'd like more details on this encounter or how it works, please click the link below to our written guide. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. You can also find the rest of our Ny'alotha boss guides right here on our channel or at complexity.gg. For more content like this, follow Complexity on Twitter and subscribe to their YouTube channel. To keep up with Limit's race for World First, follow them on Twitter. Happy raiding!